Hi friends, how are you all? Hope you all are doing fine. In our today's book review podcast, we are going to talk about a thriller. Recently, we got a chance to read a thriller named RIP or RIP. Well, RIP refers here to Resurgent Indian Patriots and not Rest in Peace. The book is written by author Mukul Deva, who is a popular corporate trainer and motivational speaker these days. It was really a nice experience reading this book, and here are my unbiased and detailed views and reviews for the same. The book falls into the thriller category, and despite being a crime thriller, just considering it as a crime thriller is an injustice to the book. It is a combination of detective fiction, spy thriller, and almost all the ingredients of a typical masala film, be it a Bollywood film or a Hollywood film, are found in the book. You can see it as a complete package for thriller lovers. So let us explore it and see what is there in there for you or whether it is worth reading or not. Now, to do that, let us take a bird's eye view of the plot of the book. Of course, I will try my level best to avoid the spoilers as far as possible, but you may expect some of them. So please listen to the podcast with the same consent. Okay, let us dive into the book to take a bird's eye view. A retired para-commando and his team come to the conclusion that the political system in India needs a serious cleanup. It doesn't matter which party comes to the power, the wrongdoings with the public and the motherland are not stopped. It is the country and countrymen who suffers at the end. Corruption is so deep rooted into the system that it exists in almost all the segments. An activist named Hazarika appears as the ray of light. By the way, does that name strike any resemblance to famous Anna Hazare movement? Well, there are more such stuff you can relate into the book while you are reading. He is protesting to get a bill passed in the parliament which makes the politician accountable, and he is getting global support for this act. Colonel Krishna and his K team think that this is the best time to strike on wrongdoers as the public is awakening and fed up with the system. And once people start knowing that some serious actions are being taken, they will also come ahead with the new patriotic leaders who actually want to serve the country and will elect them. He declares an ultimatum under the name of a fictional group, RIP, refers to Resurgent Indian Patriots, that if government is not taking the issue of corruption seriously and start punishing those who did wrong, the team will start executing one such corrupt figure in the next 24 hours. And that is not it. It will continue for 3 days. So 3 corrupt figures from any segment will meet with his or her death in the next 3 days. On the quest, the K team have tough opponents to face. It includes rich and cunning politicians, arms dealers, government machinery including police, armed forces, SPG and NSG commandos, private security forces, and a team led by Raghav, another para commando with weak character but immense combat and strategic skills. There is a lady reporter who comes into the picture and becomes an important part of the story. There are 2 boys, a few politicians, intelligence system officials, and many more characters appear in the book and makes their own mark. As all the K team members are retired from the armed forces and are settled with their families, only their anonymity and skills are on their side. If this cover is blown, they cannot survive. So, will they be able to complete the mission and accomplish the first step in making India corruption free, or at least free of corrupt fellows? It is explored in a pretty thrilling manner in the book, and you got to read it to get the answers. Let us take a look at the cover page of the book as it makes the first impression. Whatever we say, but those who are randomly buying books often judge book from its cover. If in the bookstore, people then try to go through some of the pages of the book in case the cover is attractive and makes a decision. So, for the large number of book buyers, the cover page is one of the influencing factors for sure. The cover page of this book is attractive and interesting at the same time. A syringe represents the killing done silently by infusing a lethal drug into the victim and bullet represents the killing done in open. The theme of the cover page represents the thriller mood quite effectively. So we would like to give distinction for the cover page design for sure. Overall, the story reflects the concept of vigilantism and it goes with the feelings of most of the common citizens or common men or common people, and that is why a large number of readers will like it for sure. In that terms, you can compare the book with a complete masala entertainer movie with the flavor of patriotism. Mukul Deva himself has served in Indian Armed Forces for around 15 years and he possesses authority in various stuff. As an author, he doesn't shy away in naming various schemes bluntly, for example, Bofors. Also, the characters are taken from the real life, but to avoid controversies, here he changed the names for all of them. But a reader will definitely be able to link the dots. He intelligently integrates the famous Anna Hazare moment in the book. The author is good in showing how the commandos plan their mission and execute it, and he is able to add thrills to it as well. His knowledge of weapons and real combat tactics comes as an aid, and reader will enjoy each step of the mission without a doubt. The characters are built gradually and distinctively. Mr. Mukul Deva is very clear about the attributes of the characters and he infuses them quite effectively. And it is not all about war against crime and corruption. The story has emotional quotient as well, be it the brother-sister relationship between Colonel Krishna and his sister, or his friendly relations with the news reporter, or even the friendship between two kids. The relations are explored quite realistically in the book. Even the characters of politicians and government officials are author-backed, and so does the character of Raghav. There is some adultery associated with Raghav's character, though I understand that author can justify it as demand of the story, but personally I feel that if it could have been avoided, the book would have been a perfect thriller without anything to complain. Of course, some readers may enjoy it, but personally I like to avoid such stuff. You often feel that you are actually visiting the places or seeing the things happening in front of your eyes when reading about them, and that is a success for him as an author. In terms of writing, you will find a lot of gems of writing which you will enjoy reading, and I am sure that author also has enjoyed writing them as well. Some of them are: stressed men were dangerous men. No matter how good, no warrior lasts forever, and death needed only just that one tiny window of opportunity. It is obviously that deals were struck. You stay off our backs and we'll stay off yours when we are in power. It doesn't matter which party is in power, sir. Our country always loses. Time seemed to be moving faster than usual, as though his watch was on speed. Isn't that always the case when on a mission? Despite their personal and political differences, and the fact that they belong to different political parties, all three share the camaraderie and brotherhood that Ali Baba's 40 thieves must have shared. Sheru Yadav too has a family to feed, and a large one at that, with one wife, two mistresses, and several children from all three of them. Not to mention the ever increasing tribe of relatives and hanger on that grew in direct proportion to his rise in power. He realized that all habits die hard. There are some loose ends too. For example, when the technology is so advanced, how none of the things are covered using CCTV? By watching the CCTV footage of the party, anyone could have identified the attackers easily. And once it is known that who are under threat, if their security is beefed so much, why no one, even the intelligence bureau officials, think of installing CCTV cameras to the target places if not already? It is completely out of context, I think. Also, a glossary could have made the book even better. The conclusion could have been more specific, but the author has left many things half said. We can, however, give him benefit of doubt that the second installment of the book is going to explore those things in detail. The name of the book suggests that there will be definitely another book in the series. Of course, if the author doesn't think about to skip it. The author has interestingly written a very different kind of disclaimer than what you read in some other books or media. He confirms that he deliberately skipped writing some stuff and even mentioned some features or attributes wrongly. So no one can use that classified details about weapons or combat skills and the way such commandos work for any wrong intentions. There is no detailed explanation which can help some wrong people in doing such work. It is, in a way, good attribute of the author. So, what is the conclusion? Well, overall, a good book that is a complete masala entertainer with the flavor of patriotism. You will enjoy reading it, and more importantly, drawing links to some real life people and incidents. Thinker Views rating? Well, we'll give it around 7 to 8 stars out of 10. So, what do you think about this book? What do you think about this book review? Are you going to read it? Have you already read it? Are there any other books you want to suggest us to review for you? Please do not hesitate to share your thoughts via comments below. And yes, if you like this book review, please give a thumbs up. Do share it with your friends or any other readers for whom you think this book is a good choice. Till we meet with our next podcast, wishing you a happy and healthy time. Bye bye. Take care. Namaskar.